Hi folks, welcome back to the Hoard. And it is cold out here. I'm freezing my butt off. You guys can see. I mean, this isn't even reading. Put battery in there. Anyway, we got that winter storm blowing in Olympia, or whatever the heck it's called. So you guys can, I don't know, could you see some snow flurries? And you can tell by the temperature I'm not going to last long out here. Anyway, I got the back motor mount is all smashed in and tight. The front one is hand tight. I have to put some spacers in between the two there. It was much easier to put these in once I got rid of this extra material here. I was able to bend those out, and once again on the bottom too I was able to bend them out a little bit, put them on. Then when I tightened them up they squeezed back in, so I don't think I lost anything there. The front motor mounts, they're much sturdier, but they're wider than the motor is. The motor's that wide and they're that wide, so I could put some spacers in. So them being rigid, it doesn't really matter. I got a little bit of play. I also, when I made these things, the motor mount brackets, I drilled the holes in these small, so when I was putting it together and locking things into place, there wasn't a lot of play. But once I got everything put into place, I got these all welded, then I drilled these holes a little bigger, made it easier to get the bolt through. And once again, that'll give me just a little bit of play, so I don't think I have to worry about breaking the engine cases. A couple of questions I was asked. I was asked specifically about the back sprocket. I bought this. That was an eBay deal. Most of my junk is. This axle is a standard go-kart axle. The hubs are standard go-kart hubs. You could get them from like BMI carts. The pillow bearings, I got them on the internet, eBay, but you know, I've been buying them now at P&T Surplus. I just wanted to get something greasable. You can see the grease fittings on top for that. Just once again, the sprocket came off of eBay, and it's kind of a universal one. But what I did was I made sure I bought it with the hole in the center big enough, and then I used papers, graph paper, you know, the papers with the square in it, taped to cardboard, and then I taped the sprocket to the cardboard, and I was able to use like a pin. I actually used the end of a compass to get the center, and what you do is you work your way and you get it right in the center, so when you spin this you're not getting out of bounds. And then with the graph paper I was able to figure out where to center these holes and then drill them, mark and drill them. So I was able to get the sprocket nice and centered, right? You can see it doesn't go whoop whoop. So and that's the details on the sprocket. It's 44 tooth, 43 millimeter, and it's all ATC chain. I don't know, what is that, 50? I guess it's called 50 chain. Anyway, tomorrow it's supposed to warm up nicely. It's supposed to be in the 50s. We're going to get rain, but it'll be in the 50s. But given, once again, I got a roof, I don't mind it raining outside. If it's in the 50s, I could be out here. I could be out here all day, and I could get much more done. It is just frigid cold. This is one of them heat lamp things, and I keep walking up to it. You know, having it right here. If I'm looking at this thing, I kind of stand such that I'm getting warmed up by it, or you know, stand with my hand next to it, so I'm getting warm. So if you're working out in a garage, like Tractor Supply, they sell 2 bulbs for $8, and they sell this thing for $8. So for like $24, you can set up a pair of these things. They burn about 250 watts each, and if you set them up right, you can actually kind of back in between them and get yourself warmed up. If you aim them down, or you put them down lower such that they're on your feet, it makes a difference, because when it's below 20, it's hard to work. I put all those bolts on wearing gloves, and it takes 3 times longer, right? I'm figuring tomorrow, now that I know everything fits, it's just an exercise of smashing everything together, right? Bolting everything up. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll have the front and back motor mounts on it. This is still spread out a little bit and still needs some love and attention. The upper motor mount, but I'm really hoping to get this thing fired up. I found the right tailpipe for this thing on eBay for $40, so I ordered it. It should be here by the end of next week. The muffler for this thing is not that big a deal. Some of you guys suggested stacks and all that. I love that idea. The only problem is when I'm getting on and off of this thing, or I'm using this thing as a work vehicle, I don't want to break them. So probably I'm going to have something coming out back. Stacks, once again, cool idea, especially if there's a pair of them going clappity clappity. But I'm afraid I'm going to break them off. I would like this thing to be able to work for a living. This cart project's been a lot of fun. I learned a lot. But I also have, when this one's done, this is another electric EZGO. And then I think that's an electric club car. So I have another couple to try. I think the rest of these, most of them are gas. There might be yet one more electric. So I might, depending on how much I like it, how it comes out, what it does, what I learned, I might do another one. I've been following Craigslist for deals to pick up another 3-wheeler or something, and I gotta tell you, stuff is crazy expensive. I mean, nuts, absolutely nuts. What I don't understand though is people are selling junk, or trying to sell junk, for $1,000, $1,200, $1,500, or stuff that needs like $500 worth of work, and they're trying to get $800 for it, which brings us back to the Magic 13. And you can buy, well, not this guy. You can buy these guys in really beautiful shape this year, but I mean, like stuff older folks owned for under $2,000. I'd rather, if I were buying my son a bike tomorrow, I would buy him one of these guys from the late 90s, even though it's pushing 20 years old. I'd rather buy him one of these than one of the modern ones with the electric shift and all that kind of stuff. I'd rather have a bruiser like this thing, or any of this stuff, than the stuff with the electronic shifts. So just an opinion, but I don't know if you guys are running across the same thing. I know what is it, 231 up there in Michigan, he's always sending me stuff. Who's that other Stony Bert something. He sends me stuff too, showing me the great deals in their area. But in the New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, even I look at Massachusetts and Rhode Island, I'm just not seeing any deals. Upstate New York, I mean, I have family up in Endicott, Binghamton, so I'm not afraid to go up there for the right deal, and I'm just not seeing any deals. I don't know, maybe I'm not looking in the right places. Northern New Jersey, the Poconos, out there where Roger O'Connor is, I'm not seeing any deals, so I don't know. Maybe it's me, maybe I'm blind, or maybe I'm not checking it frequently enough. Maybe somebody puts a deal up there, and you got the sharks with their telephone apps, so that as soon as the deal goes on, they get a notification, they make the phone call, they're in their car, they're there within an hour, and the deal is sold before I even see it. But you know, I don't know. There's I'm glad I picked up this hoard of stuff, because quite honestly, if I was counting on and buying projects as I'm going along out of Craigslist, I'd have to be turning a project every, I don't know, a couple of weeks, at least one a month, 18 a year, something like that. And right now, I'm not seeing that many deals come by on Craigslist. Okay, folks, I want to thank you all for watching and commenting and subscribing. Remember to keep your feet down, keep your head up, and get out there and enjoy all your days. Take care now, folks, and stay warm. Don't let the winter storm get to you. Bye now.